I'm Carrie Harper, creator of the Flat Belly System for Diastasis Recti and PiYo Live Master Trainer. I get asked a lot about how to do PiYo safely with Diastasis Recti, and so I'm creating this video series to help you with the moves that are in the PiYo at Home series so that you can practice at home, and also to give you a base of modification for when you go to your PiYo Live class. Through the series at home, watch Michelle. She is the modifier that's on the right side of your screen. Keep your eye on her because she does most of the modifications already for you. Also, make sure that you have done the flat belly system and that you have a good grasp on how to modify for your own body and how to work yourself from certain modifications to other modifications and then back into regular exercise. But you are an advocate for your own body, so make sure that you take care of yourself first and heal your injury. That is the most important thing. So we are today in the core workout from the at-home system. And this one is lengthy because it's focused on core. There's a lot of things that we have to slightly modify to make them safe for diastasis recti, core issues, and sometimes lower back problems as well. So we're going to start from the beginning. She does a roll down into cat-cow. And as I've mentioned in a previous video, this is a great position for you. The hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Tuck the chin under, push up in between the shoulder blades, and tuck the tailbone. That is your basic cat move. And then going into a flat back, not dropping your belly and your ribs onto the mat is your alternate for the cow move. So just a nice little stretch here and a nice little flattening here. So she's going to go next into tucking the knee under the body. When you tuck your knee under the body, you will not be doing a crunch. So you will not be shifting into this extremely rounded spine. What you're going to do is you're going to bring that knee under the body and inhale as it goes back. And if you're doing this properly, you're going to feel that core connection to the leg. Don't rush through it. Okay, here it is on the other side. Here's my extension. Exhale under. Not tucking my head under, not doing a crunch. Okay, just a nice little leg in. And that's at about 28 minutes left in the workout. At 27 minutes left in the workout, we take the same idea to standing. Okay, so when you go to standing and you have one toe behind you, find your balance first. And then tuck the tailbone under you a little bit extra and then extend. I know it's a tiny movement and it might even be hard to see, but you can feel it. So these muscles contracted, pulled in and engaged, but there is no crunching here because that will reopen wherever your muscles are separated. So just a nice tuck here and back. And then you can bring the knee in and back. And this is a nice little balance exercise for you as well. Balance is very important, and make sure that everything is tucked in and nice and strong. Okay, and so then we'll be doing it from the other side. You have a tuck under, and then you have the tap in. Okay, and then you have a knee lift. Fantastic exercise. So bring that knee up in front of you, and then tap back. Bring that knee up in front of you, pulling the tummy muscles in and away from your clothes, and tap back. To make it a little bit harder on your core, have your hands ready. Press hand to the leg, leg to the hand, and it'll be a little extra core engagement for you. Not doing a crunch, just doing a press into the leg. So here's the leg lift. And here is the next level up. Then she goes into, at minute 26, the bowler. When you go into the bowler, you're tucking one leg behind you, and then you're sticking your booty back. Stick that booty back, and don't do all the side-to-side lateral stuff with your obliques. If you've ever had the feeling of your rectus abdominis doing that slide movement because there's space between them, you don't want that. That's going to open your issue a little bit more. It's going to be very uncomfortable for you. Okay, so just doing your bowler and tapping out. Here is great for your core. Just make sure that this muscle from hip bone to hip bone stays on the whole time. She does it from both sides, of course. So practice from both sides. It might feel different from side to side. And then she goes into the side knee lift. So go into your bowler, lift the knee to the side, and then go back down into the bowler. A little bit of balance, a little bit of control. When you go into just the lift, you're going to need to probably touch that toe down. If not, then you're a little advanced. But lifting and lowering from here is helping to reconnect the muscle tissue that goes from the bottom part of your abdominals into the top part of your leg. And yes, the muscle is working. You don't need to tip over to the side. The muscle will be working here, okay? Do the same thing on the other side, getting a nice lift here, keeping this part engaged to make sure that all of this is pulled in nice and strong and not reopening or doing the slide. I have to turn my page. I have lots of notes on this one. At 22:30, we're in a downward facing dog and we go into an ankle tap. Now, usually in PiYo Live or on the video, the ankle tap goes into a plank. For you, do not go into the plank. Here is your downward facing dog. Open that leg out to the side, but keep your shoulders square to the mat. So a nice long line here. And here is your ankle tap. Now, as you progress, your level 2 is going to be here. And then back up. But that's advanced. Don't do that too soon. Same thing happens on the other side. So if you're bringing the knee down, it's because you're almost out of modification. Okay, this is a lot of work on the core here. So just worry about getting the ankle tap and getting nice alignment there. That will help you. Then we go back into the crisscross, lying on your back. I've done this once before on another video. Shoulders are flat, tuck the tailbone under you, ribs not flared. Okay, and then you're taking your knee to hand, hand to knee, and doing a press. And that helps engage those muscles in the core. You do the same thing on the other side. Now, as you get more advanced, then you can add longer legs. Into the shrubbery there. You bring the knee up, sliding it in and pressing and sliding it back out. This is more advanced, so take your time to get to the stage and sliding it back out. Then she goes into the roll-up. For your roll-up, bringing my legs back in, you can do a single leg lift to start you out with. Every time that leg comes up, make sure that the tummy muscles stay in and that you're not rocking back and forth. And then the next stage would be to lay the legs out and go into a straight leg lift on each side. Take your time getting to this stage. That is a lot of work. For me, I have to actually remind myself by putting my hand on my tummy that everything is pulling in, never jamming up. So keep the knees bent as long as you need to for that part of your exercise. Going into straight legs is a long lever and is much more difficult on the abs. Remember, it's not about how strong you are. It's about recovering from injury, which is what the goal is first. Recover from injury first. Okay, and then we have the punter. I love this move. And for us, the punter is just going to be modified slightly. So we've got our knee bent and our arm up over our head, and instead of doing a crunch toward our leg, we're just going to bring them together and back out. So I'm not flexing and extending my spine. I'm not crunching my abdominals. All I'm doing is bringing my knee and my elbow closer to each other. And yes, this all has to be kicked on in order for that to work properly. So double check. Nice and firm from hip bone to hip bone. Pulled up and out of your side. So don't allow your side to just sort of hang. Pull all of this up and out and pull like this. Now when you're ready to, you can go into a straight leg. That's a little bit more advanced. So make sure that you can keep it engaged the whole time. Then of course we do it on the other side. So you've got bent knee, bent elbow, bringing them towards each other and back out. And then when you're ready, the more advanced is straight. I am not doing a crunch, not bending my torso, keep everything nice and straight. I think I covered everything. So hopefully those slight tweaks to your modifications will help you in the core section. Our goal, get our injury healthy, get ourselves healthy, get our core pulled back in, and go from there. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Make sure that you give me your questions, and I'll continue on this PiYo series.